Very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You're watching News 9 and I'm Sriya Kundu, back here with all the latest updates and stories from across the nation and around the world. Well, we at News 9 are consistently bringing you the Stuttgart News 9 Global Summit that's taking place. But right now, let's quickly shift our focus to the top stories of this hour that's been developing. Let's take a look at the headlines to begin with. It's a leadership summit like no other. News 9 Global Summit Day 2 in Stuttgart, Germany is underway with clear focus on sustainable development and Indo-German cooperation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be delivering the keynote address at the News 9 Global Summit only a few hours from now, where he will be outlining his vision for a Viksit Bharat. While speaking at the News 9 Global Summit in Stuttgart, Germany, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has highlighted 4 pillars of India's growth strategy. Meanwhile, White House expresses confidence that the strong India-US relationship can in fact help navigate the ongoing crisis surrounding bribery charges against Indian billionaire Gautam Adani. Confirms that US is aware of the charges. Supreme Court has issued a notice to the Gyanvapi Mosque Management Committee and the ASI for conducting a survey of the sealed area, an ASI survey of the Wazu Khana area inside the Gyanvapi Mosque. Ten Naxalites killed in an encounter with security personnel in Chhattisgarh's Sukma district. In an interview to a leading daily, Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh blamed many interest groups, including illegal migrants and drug mafia, behind the unrest in the state. Netanyahu rejects ICC arrests warrants against him and Gallant calls it anti-Semitic. Indian embassy cancels more consular camps in Canada over security concerns amid the Khalistani threat. In the latest development within the Cash for Votes case, the case that is currently underway against BJP's Vinod Tawde, Maharashtra's BJP General Secretary, has now sent a legal notice of 100 crore rupees to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, leader of opposition in the lower house Rahul Gandhi. In this notice, Tawde's lawyer has said that false allegations have been made against his client. The notice has said it's a 5-page notice wherein it says that the 3 leaders have to apologize unconditionally to Vinod Tawde within 24 hours of receiving the notice. That is the ultimatum that's been given. Tawde has demanded for a public apology on the front pages of 3 English newspapers and 3 regional language newspapers, along with a post on social media platform. Now, let's take you quickly through 2 of the most important clauses in this very notice that's been sent. The notice mentions that all 3 leaders were aware that they were making baseless and false allegations against Vinod Tawde and that the statements were deliberately made right on the eve of Maharashtra Assembly elections, which were held on November 20th. Let's take a look at what has been said by Vinod Tawde.
On the eve of Maharashtra Assembly election on 19th of November, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge ji, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi ji and Congress spokesperson Supriya ji said that Vinod Tawde was caught red-handed with 5 crores distributing to voters. These all dramatic statements. Just they want to defame me and my party. I've been heard. I come from a regular middle class family. For last 40 years, I'm working in politics, but I have not done such type of any work. But Congress leaders want to defame me, my party, my leaders. So they purposefully spoke this untruth to the media, to Twitter and to the people, and hence I have issued a court notice to them that you should apologize publicly or face the action.
Responding to BJP chief JP Nadda's letter to the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Congress leader Jairam Ramesh has slammed the BJP over the ongoing situation in Manipur. He has said that it has been 18 months since violence began in Manipur. The state is burning, yet the BJP government has failed to act decisively. He accused the BJP's double-engine government of turning it into a double-game government, alleging that one game is being played in Delhi and another in Manipur. Let's take a look at what exactly has been said by Jairam Ramesh on the matter.
18 महीने हो गए हैं। 3 मई 2023 से मणिपुर जल रहा है और 2022 में जब चुनाव हुआ था विधानसभा के लिए प्रचंड बहुमत मिला बीजेपी को। प्रचंड बहुमत नहीं, निर्णायक बहुमत नहीं, प्रचंड बहुमत मिला और 15 महीने के अंदर मणिपुर जलने लगा। क्यों जल रहा है, कैसे जलवाया जा रहा है, कौन ताकतें इसके पीछे पे हैं, इसकी जांच कराइए। आप सरकार में हैं, ये तो डबल इंजन की सरकार है, पर मैं कहता हूं मणिपुर में ये डबल इंजन सरकार डबल गेम सरकार बन गई है। एक गेम वहां खेला जा रहा है, एक गेम यहां गृह मंत्री खेल रहे हैं। और ये जो नड्डा जी का खत है, जो कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष ने राष्ट्रपति को एक खत लिखा था मणिपुर की स्थिति के बारे में, और उसको काउंटर करने के लिए नड्डा जी ने एक खत लिखा है, इसमें सरासर झूठ है। जो असली मुद्दे हैं उससे ध्यान आकर्षक कहीं और ले जाना चाहते हैं, ध्यान हटाना चाहते हैं, बदनाम कर रहे हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी को और कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेताओं को। तो और 4 जो सवाल मणिपुर की जनता उठा रही है, रोज उठा रही है। कल पूर्व राज्यपाल ने भी यही कहा था, अनुसुईया उइके ने यही कहा था। 4 सवाल उठा रहे हैं। पहला सवाल, प्रधानमंत्री 18 महीने से क्यों मणिपुर नहीं आए हैं, मणिपुर क्यों नहीं गए हैं। दुनिया भर चले जाते हैं, भ्रमण करते हैं, विश्व गुरु बनते हैं, पर मणिपुर क्यों नहीं गए। पहली बात तो यह है। दूसरा सवाल यह है, मणिपुर में 31 जुलाई 2024 से फुल टाइम गवर्नर नहीं है, फुल टाइम राज्यपाल नहीं है। एक आदिवासी महिला को हटाया गया और असम के जो राज्यपाल हैं उनको पार्ट टाइम गवर्नर बनाया गया जुलाई से। क्यों आप फुल टाइम गवर्नर अपनी नियुक्ति क्यों नहीं की। तीसरी बात, सिर्फ 23 या 24 एमएलए इस मुख्यमंत्री को समर्थन दे रहे हैं, अल्पमत हो गए हैं मुख्यमंत्री। पार्टियां उनसे समर्थन वापस ले रही हैं, बीजेपी के 11-12 विधायक उनसे समर्थन वापस ले रहे हैं।
Now, amid the ongoing crisis in Manipur and the recent violent attack that killed 6 women and the children, Chief Minister Biren Singh, in an interview to a leading daily, answered to some tough questions. Biren Singh has defended his leadership, claiming that he was targeted for cracking down on the drug trade. He emphasized that the government with public support is working to restore peace despite opposition from groups including illegal migrants, the drug mafia and political rivals. He vowed to work with the centre to identify and eliminate those causing unrest in the state. Biren Singh has survived demands for his ouster as chief minister, not just from the opposition but also from members of his own party since the very onset of this crisis back in 2023 in the month of May. Replying to a question on demand for President's rule to restore normalcy in the state, Biren Singh stated that his government has the mandate of the people and that they are working towards restore peace. Replying to another question that Kukis or tribal people of Manipur say you're not their chief minister, Biren Singh replied that he is elected chief minister of Manipur and represents all indigenous people of the very state. Replying to another question that his government became unstable after Ally and PP pulled out its support, Biren Singh said that his government is stable and that he has the required numbers in the House. On the question of taking responsibility for killing of women and children in the state, Biren Singh stated that as a chief minister, he will bear all responsibilities, good, bad and ugly, for everything that is happening in Manipur. He also assured that the killers of innocent women and children will not be spared. Speaking on the ongoing violence in the state and the probable solution, Biren Singh has said that there are so many interest groups who have been hit hard by the work of our government. Drug mafia, the illegal migrants want this to go on because they know before the violence, Biren Singh was hitting their illegal operations. 5 villages in Manipur, which is 65 kilometers away from Imphal, is the epicenter of an investigation into the recent killings that have rocked the state. State government and security forces are convinced that the 5 villages are home to the militants who travelled almost 250 kilometers to Jairam, attacked security forces on November 11th, and it is believed that there were 30 to 40 of them and that 10 were killed in an ensuing shootout with security forces. Survivors escaped, but with hostages whose bodies were found in various locations in Jairam and across the border in Assam. Protests that have roiled Imphal over the past week, including the vandalization of the houses of legislators and ministers, are a sign of public anger at the state's failure to rescue the hostages. At least 250 people, remember ladies and gentlemen, have been killed and over 50,000 rendered homeless in the ethnic conflict between the Meiteis and the Kuki-Zo Mar tribal group that started on May 3rd last year in 2023. 5 villages are on the radar of the security agencies that believe they hold the key to identify the men behind the killing of these very hostages. Manipur authorities announced a curfew relaxation in Imphal, West Imphal, East Bishnupur, Kakching and Thoubal districts from 5 am to 12 noon. This curfew relaxation was announced to allow residents to buy essentials. The curfew has also been relaxed from 5 am to 10 am on November 20th. An order issued by Imphal West Additional District Magistrate said that they would help people purchase food, medicines and other essentials. Essential services including health, electricity, telecom, banking and airport operations are exempt from the curfew. Curfew was imposed on November 16 due to the widespread protests over the recovery of 6 civilian bodies who went missing after a clash between the armed militants and security forces in Jairam on November 11th. The situation remains tense in these very regions. Now, amid the escalation of tensions, Manipur's Kangpokpi district-based Committee on Tribal Unity, that is the KOTU, and Senapati District Naga People's Organization, the NPO, have agreed that taxes would not be imposed on any Naga trucks of Senapati district in Kuki-dominated areas. Decision was taken after a meeting of the two apex bodies held on Thursday. Bodies agreed that no Naga commuters will be harassed in the Kuki-dominated areas. Joint statement that was issued by the NPO and the COTU said. They also agreed that no taxes will be imposed on the Naga trucks, traders, commercial goods or commuters of Senapati district. But if any issues related to the taxation rises, the KOTU to take full responsibility to resolve it. Moving on, down south now. Questions have been raised on the issue of why actor Darshan was not undergoing surgery for which he was given the very interim bail. Now it is being said that the actor is having issues with his blood pressure due to which the surgery was delayed. This, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, is the latest that has come in within the Renuka Swami murder case that is still being probed. An interim bail, a conditional bail, had been given to actor Darshan for a spinal surgery, which has still not taken place. The Karnataka police have now approached the court, challenging the very interim bail on the very grounds that we just mentioned. Karnataka, specifically now, Karnataka BJP on Friday intensified its protests against the Siddaramaiah government over the Waqf land issue. They held agitations in different parts of Karnataka. In Bengaluru itself, the protest was led by Leader of the Opposition in the Legislative Assembly, R. Ashoka. He was joined by party MLC C.T. Ravi, Member of the Parliament P.C. Mohan, among several other leaders. The demonstrations were held under the slogan, Namma Bhumi Namma Hakku, our land, our right. On Thursday, the BJP held protests in Kalaburagi, Ballari, Haveri, Shivamoga, Udupi and other places alleging encroachments by the Waqf board in the state. There were allegations by a section of farmers from Vijaypura district that their lands were marked as Waqf properties. Following this, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had recently directed officials that all notices issued to farmers be immediately revoked and any unauthorized amendments in the land records without due notice must also be nullified. In a major major operation. At least 10 Naxals were killed in an encounter with security forces in Chhattisgarh Sukma district. Gunfight took place early Friday morning in the forested area of Bhandarpadar, where the security personnel were in fact conducting a search operation for Naxals. Joint operation was conducted by the District Reserve Guard, the DRG, and the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, based on intelligence inputs about the presence of Naxals in the region. According to reports, the search operation is still underway in the area and all 10 bodies have been recovered. Besides, the AK-47 and forces have also recovered an INSAS and the self-loading rifle, among other weapons. At least 257 Naxals have been killed since January this year, while 861 were arrested and 789 others surrendered. Let's listen in to some of the responses that's come into this very matter.
सुकमा में एक और बड़ी सफलता सुरक्षा बलों को मिली है। सुरक्षा बल के जवानों को मैं बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। जिस तरीके से हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद सुरक्षा बल के जवान बहुत ही कठिन और दुर्गम क्षेत्रों में भी जाकर नक्सलियों को समाप्त करने का, नक्सली उन्मूलन करने का जो अभियान चलाया है, निश्चित रूप से ये प्रशंसनीय है और बहुत जल्दी हमारे सुरक्षा बलों के मेहनत से, बहादुरी से बस्तर हमारा नक्सल मुक्त होगा, बस्तर में शांति होगी, बस्तर विकास की ओर आगे बढ़ेगा।
The White House expressed confidence that the strong foundation of India-US relations can help the two nations navigate the ongoing crisis surrounding the bribery charges against Indian billionaire Gautam Adani. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre has addressed the allegations during a press briefing on Friday, stating that Biden administration is aware of the charges against Adani, the chairman of the Adani Group. Let's listen in to what exactly has been said by her during the press briefing.
So obviously we're aware of these allegations, and I would have to refer you to the SEC and DOJ about the specifics of those allegations against the Adani Group. What I will say is on the U.S. and India relationship, we believe that it's stands on an extremely strong foundation, anchored in ties between our people and cooperation across a full range of global issues. And so what we believe and we're confident about is that we'll continue to navigate this issue as we have with other issues that may have come up, as you just stated. And so the specifics of this is something that SEC and DOJ can speak to directly. But again, we believe that this relationship between India and the US has been built on a strong foundation.
The first test of the India-Australia 5-match series is building up as an intriguing duel as bowlers dominated day one on the Optus Stadium pitch in Perth. India fought back with the 3-ball to overcome yet another failure with the bat. Opting to bat first on the pitch, which is known for carry and bounce, India had yet another dismal start with the first 5 wickets falling for just 59 runs before Rishabh Pant and debutant Nitish Kumar Reddy salvaged the situation. Reddy's gutsy 41 and Pant's brief but daring knock were the silver lining in an otherwise batting flop show as India were bowled out for a lowly 150 at the tee against a disciplined Australia. Josh Hazlewood inflicted the major damage, taking 4 wickets for 29 runs. Pant scored a gritty 37 off 78 balls, whereas Reddy chipped in with a resolute 41 runs to help India reach 150 from a stage when even 100 runs in the first innings appeared out of the equation. KL Rahul looks in good control in his 74-ball stay worth 26 runs. Third highest score for India after Reddy and Pant, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Devdutt Padikkal, who came in for an injured Shubman Gill, failed to score, while Virat Kohli failed yet again and departed with just 5 runs against his name. India's 5 wickets were down for 59, and then Washington Sundar fell next with just 73 runs on the board. A gritty 48-run stand between Pant and Reddy enabled India to reach 150 in their first innings. As Australia came into bat, Jasprit Bumrah made a match of it despite India's flop show with the bat. The stand-in Indian skipper ran through the Aussie top order, dismissing openers Usman Khwaja and Nathan McSweeney, while also not allowing seasoned pro Steven Smith to open his account. Debutant Harshit Rana then got the rid of Travi Head, and Mohammad Siraj dismissed Michelle Marsh to reduce the hosts to 38 for 5. India's pace trio of Bumrah, Siraj and Rana did not allow the home team batters to settle down. India took control of the situation by stumps on day one, with the home team reeling at 67 for 7 wickets. At the close of play, wicketkeeper batter Alex Carey was batting for 19, the highest in the very innings, with Michelle Stark at 6 on the other end. For India, Bumrah scalped 4 wickets, while Siraj and Rana got 2 and 1 respectively. With that, another short innings is added to Virat Kohli's long run of low scores in test matches. Kohli's first outing in the 5-test Border Gavaskar Trophy series was cut short by Josh Hazlewood, Usman Khawaja combined. He faced 12 deliveries before fending a Hazlewood ripper to Khawaja to depart for only 5 runs against his name, the 5th occasion in his last innings that Kohli has failed to reach double digits. In his last 10 innings, Kohli has aggregated a mere 191 runs with just 1 half-century, 70 against New Zealand at Ahmedabad being his best. Since his last Test century against the West Indies in Port of Spain in July last year, Kohli has managed a mere 369 runs from 15 innings in 8 tests, including the ongoing match in Perth, with just 2 50s and an average of 26.35. Kohli has got just 4 of his 29 centuries in the past 5 years, including his career best unbeaten 254 against South Africa at Pune in October, which is 219, and again 184 against Australia at Ahmedabad last year. Over the past 5 years, he has 2,245 runs from 65 innings across 39 tests. His average during the period dipping to 36.20 from a phenomenal 55.10 in the 8 years prior to that. Former Indian opener Sunil Gavaskar still doesn't find big fault in Kohli's technique and approach. According to Gavaskar, and I quote him, "Issue with Kohli is more about luck than skill." After his 70 against New Zealand in Bengaluru, Gavaskar has said that Kohli is getting dismissed on the first mistakes he has been committing. Otherwise, he has been mending the ball well, and his approach during whatever time he spends in the middle looks good.